All right, everyone. So today I'm going to be showing everyone how to play a game I made called Pack. And it's basically like Minecraft, except you play in a text file on your phone or device. So, what we're going to do is open up a text file. You want to play, open up a text file. Go to your documents or wherever you want to put it. Pack saves, I have one here already. And you're going to make a text file, okay? And what you're going to name it is wallet. Okay. Okay. So once you have a text file named wallet, we're gonna start playing. Okay. So how you play is you're gonna follow a set of instructions I'm gonna give you, and then you're gonna start. Right. So what you're gonna do is get a game name. Okay. So the game is named Pack, but you can name it whatever you want. So you're gonna you always name a game a unique name. So for this one, we'll name it Snowy. So the name of the game is Snowy, okay? And then the symbol is gonna be a circle for like a snowflake, right? So the symbol is a circle representing like a snowdrop. And then the reason you're gonna play, right? So why are we gonna play? Well, we're gonna play up to we'll just say play as long as I want, right? So now that you got a name, a symbol, and a reason, then you're gonna go for an avatar. Uh, so your character, how your character looks, and where you're gonna spawn. Okay, so there's a specific way to do this if you're gonna play like survival mode, like you would see in Minecraft, where you start with nothing and then you get everything, right? You could either play that way or you could play it with like creative mode, right? Where you start your avatar with whatever you want, and the whole time you can spawn whatever you want, right? But you got to choose at the beginning which one you want. So for our character, we're gonna name our character Azul, and then how is he gonna look, right? So Azul, and then your character, how is he gonna look, right? So I always start my character with a white T-shirt and white underwear. All right, so I always start in survival mode like that. That's my survival starting mode. And then I put where we're gonna spawn, right? So you have to pick somewhere on the planet Earth or wherever, whatever planet you're on or wherever you want to be. You gotta pick where you want to spawn. So usually I pick where my house is. Like what's gonna happen is you're gonna spawn wherever you pick, and then the whole planet spawns without any buildings. So there's not going to be any buildings around. Like it's just kind of just terrain. Like if you were to spawn in like a jungle or something, not a jungle, but like natural terrain, right? So let's pick where to spawn. I'll just go ahead and spawn where my house is. And it places you like it does in Minecraft. You're facing south. And from there you start, right? So, let's see. Okay, so now what you do to play, you have two options. You either play until a number that you set, or you play the hardcore mode, which gives you a hardcore win in this game, which is 1,000. So if you play to 1,000, that's like a hardcore win. But you can set the number to whatever you want and play to that score. So what you're gonna do, so for one, I'm gonna put check terrain. So I see a cave. So what you do is you imagine that you're in the spot where you spawn, and then you start looking around with your third eye what you're gonna find. So for me, when I checked the terrain, I saw a cave to the southwest and like grass everywhere and like dirt. And that's all it showed me. So what you're gonna do is continue playing, right? So check terrain. So you only move one action at a time with one number. So we're gonna check the terrain again. Doesn't seem, it just seems like grass for a long time. Okay, I see the forest. Right, so what we're gonna do is go to the cave later, and then we're gonna go to the forest, edge of the forest first, and we'll come back to the cave later, right? So basically you just follow the rules of like Minecraft with tools and the dirt and the rock and the materials, right? So 3. So like for me, when I play survival mode, what I need to do to make a house is find the amount of trees that would equal the size of the house. So like I found a huge forest, so I could probably make a decent sized house. But like you gotta go and get all the trees, the branches and the twine and stuff, and you make the house how you want, right? You could be like open ended and just make it like Minecraft where you just put walls and it just makes it, right. Or you could be as realistic as you want, but you're the one who's going to be managing the game the entire time. So notice how we started where my house was, and we checked the terrain, we saw a cave and a lot of grass, and then I checked the terrain again. I saw in the distance a tree line and a big forest, right? So number 3, I went to the forest edge. Now you can either look around or, so you got to see, if you use your third eye, you're going to be spawning the terrain with your third eye. So every time you look, it's going to, you reveal what should be there based off your own soul and imagination. So the cave and the grass and the tree line spawn because when I meditate, I can clear my mind and bring up the perfect answer to the question what should spawn there, basically, right? So now the point is to get all the way to whatever number you choose or 1,000. So you just keep adding numbers. So if you want, you could play to the real time of the day in the real life. I don't know. You can do whatever you want, but it's like an open-ended game. But so I'll stop there. But if you want to play, then all you got to do is start a text file and start yourself, and it's pretty cool because your third eye, your soul will always bring up like the depths of what you're trying to see. So you should be able to see the map the whole time. Uh, I have a couple where I got to 25 and 50. Quite 25 and then 50. But these were like creative mode ones. I haven't done one with survival yet. So yeah. The last thing I want to say is you can actually play this game in your head, like without a computer. And what you do is you just follow the same instructions for your name, symbol, reason, and then the name of the gate, your name of the character, and then where you spawn. You just do those again in your head though, and uh, you can play like without a device. You just count the numbers up to whatever number you're going to, and you should be able to remember everything. The last thing I wanted to say was that this game is a renewable game, so like it's designed to be played on your free time. Whenever you have free time, you kind of just like you're like, oh, I'm bored, I'll play, and then you play as long as you want. And whenever you need to close it, you just close it and start a new one whenever you need to. Okay, so that's all I want to say. Thanks for listening and bye.